we want to create a form rule that will automatically assign a discount percentage on a new order, and we are going to assign this discount percentage according to the type of account. For you to understand what I mean under the type of account record, I mean it's just an option set field with 3 values. So either the account is a gold type, a silver type, or a bronze type. And according to this field, we want to set the order, the percentage, the discount percentage on the order. So, okay, so I will switch to wood for now. Okay, I guess you can see wood for now. Let me open the mobile project. And just to show you, I have the account entity. Let me just resize this a bit. Okay, and if I go to the fields, I have somewhere probably the okay, I guess I need to check the form. Okay, it's the level. Okay, the name was the level. Okay, so the account has a certain level, and according to this level, we want to set the discount percentage on the order form. Now we know that the order is connected to the account entity through this lookup field. It's the customer ID. It can be either an account type or a contact type. So we are on the order form, and we want to create an unchanged rule in this case, because we want to change unchanged because we wanted to change the percentage right when the person changes the customer ID, just when he selects it. So let me click on the unchange. Let's create the first branch by clicking on the add condition. Okay, I'm going to name this like maybe like the first condition, and in the first condition I'm going to set the first condition, which is going to be we are going to check if it's a newly created record. To check if it's a newly created record, we are going to go into the entity, and here's a special condition or special operator which is called isNew. That means if the entity, or in other words, record is new, it means if the entity is new equals true. If this is true, okay, this is the first condition, and we won't want to add also the second one because we are in the onChange, and we want to check when the person changes the customer ID. Basically, we are checking if the person has selected a certain parent record or certain related record. So we are going to check when does the customer ID, when does it contain any data, when did the person select it, the specific record. So we're going to add another condition. If we are going to choose the field from the entity, which is the customer ID. So if entity customer ID contains data, that means if a person has put in some data, in other words, selected a parent record. Okay, so this is the first condition, which is going to trigger the other condition, because these are the prerequisites, and we also want to check the level type field on the account entity now. To do that, we first have to create a variable. This variable will hold the information from the parent record, which is linked through the lookup field, which is the customer ID. Well, we can let me show you. You will probably understand this much better. So we are going to click on the add variable, and we are going to choose the entity. This text box is there for the name of the variable. So we are going to like parent account. This is just the name of the variable, so we can later, identify it. We are okay. Here's load reference, and what this load reference is that we choose the lookup field through which is the first record connected to the other records. In this case, we are customer ID, and the target we want to check is account in our case. I click OK. So what we basically done is we created a variable that will hold all of the information from the parent record, which is the type of account, and it's been connected through the customer ID. Yeah. Okay, so we have the variable, and now I want to actually create another condition, okay, another branch, and this one will be, well, checking the level of account and assigning the percentage on the order. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to check what is the level of the parent account in the variable which loaded the data. So I'm going to choose the variable, which is now the parent account. This is how we named it, and this will give me the option to check its fields. So my field is new level. So if new level on the parent account equals the first option, which is gold, okay, this is good, I'm going to add a step. If it's gold, the entity, now we are talking about the first entity, which is the order. So the discount percentage will be assigned with the value of 20. Okay. Now we are going to create otherwise if for the other options, which is the bronze and silver. So if the parent account is level of silver, okay, add step. The account percentage on the order record will be, let's say, 10. And since we have the other, also the bronze is left, so we are going to do it for the bronze. So if the parent account level equals bronze, okay, add step. I want to add step entity. I hope you can see it. Okay, entity. Discount percentage will be just fine. 5. Okay, I guess this seems fine. Let me save and close, and let me publish this. I will switch later to the iPad application. So let me switch to the iPad. Okay, it's slightly cropped, so let me... Okay, now it's good, I guess. Okay, let me synchronize the changes that I've done to the mobile project. Okay, and I'm going to check now the order form. Okay, I'm going to create a new order. So I see the form, and I'm going to select one of these accounts. All of these accounts have a certain level. So I'm going to, for example, amusing bikes. And I can see that right here it was basically 0, and now it's 10%. To check if it's really correct, if it's 10%, it should be silver. So let me just tap on the amusing bikes. That will show me the form of the amusing bikes. Okay, it's silver. So yeah, seems fine. So let me go back. And yeah, let me just save like test, and so the price list, and yeah. So, but what I can also do, I can, let me just change to some other one, for example, active cycling. Okay, this one's probably, yeah, this one's silver too. Let me go to another bicycle company. Okay, this one is gold, so it's 20. Okay, fine. The other uses for the variable in this case, what we've shown, this is quite a handy thing in the form rules. With a variable, what you can do, you can basically perform field mapping. This is how we done field mapping before we had the option to turn it on. In the Woodford, that means in the new version 7.1, the application takes the field mapping directly from the server, so the person doesn't have to do this field mapping through formals anymore. So yeah, but this variable is pretty handy to do a lot of stuff, to do a lot of creative stuff when you don't have, you know, some links, or where you don't want to take the field mapping, you want to do it differently on the mobile, and you know, and so on. So okay, so this was the first example for today. Let me save and close, and let me get back to the current presentation. Okay, and yeah, this is what we wanted to achieve, and we achieved that with a, I guess, pretty simple form rule.